What's up, Cowboys Nation? If you thought the NFL offseason couldn't get any crazier, think again. We just got some breaking news that could completely shake up Dallas's defensive coordinator search. Sean McDermott, yeah, that Sean McDermott, just got fired by the Buffalo Bills this morning. And here's the kicker. He wants to coach immediately. So, the question everyone's asking is, should the Cowboys throw his name into the mix? Stick around because we're breaking down McDermott's resume, why he could be perfect for Dallas, and how he compares to the other candidates already in the running. Let's get into it. All right, let's set the scene. Monday morning, January 19th, the Buffalo Bills drop a bombshell. Sean McDermott is out after another gut-wrenching playoff loss. Now, if you've been following the Bills, this isn't totally surprising. Buffalo has become the poster child for playoff heartbreak. They've got Josh Allen, one of the best quarterbacks in the league, but they just can't seem to get over that championship hump. And when that happens year after year, somebody's got to take the fall. This time, it was McDermott. But here's what makes this relevant to Cowboys fans. Multiple reports say McDermott wants to get back to coaching right away. He's not taking a year off. He's not going to some college program. He wants to stay in the NFL. Now, there are currently 8 head coaching vacancies around the league, so McDermott will definitely get some calls for those positions. But what if those don't work out? What if he doesn't land a head coaching gig this cycle? That's where Dallas could swoop in. Because let's be real, the Cowboys are taking their sweet time with this defensive coordinator search. And if they're willing to wait for the right guy, why not at least kick the tires on a defensive mind like Sean McDermott? Let me paint you a picture of what Sean McDermott brings to the table defensively. This guy has been running defenses at the highest level for 17 years. 17 years! Whether as a defensive coordinator or a head coach calling defensive shots, he's consistently produced elite units. Get this. In those 17 seasons, McDermott's defenses have finished top 10 in yards allowed 10 times. That's not a coincidence. That's sustained excellence. And we're not just talking about sneaking into the top 10 either. 4 of those finishes were top 5 defenses. Let's rewind to Carolina. McDermott took over a Panthers defense and completely rebuilt it. By the 2015 season, that defense was a monster, and Carolina went all the way to the Super Bowl. That wasn't just Cam Newton carrying the team. McDermott's defense was shutting people down. Then he goes to Buffalo as head coach. And what happens? The Bills' defense becomes one of the most consistent units in the league. Even this past season, with injuries piling up and key players leaving in the offseason, Buffalo still finished top 10 in yards allowed. That's the kind of adaptability Dallas desperately needs right now. Because let's be honest, the Cowboys' defense has been inconsistent. We've got talent on that side of the ball, but we need someone who can maximize it and adjust when things don't go according to plan. McDermott has proven he can do exactly that. He's not married to one specific scheme. He adapts to the talent he has. You've got pass rushers? He'll dial up pressure. Your secondary is strong? He'll play more coverage. That flexibility is what makes elite defensive coordinators. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Why would a guy who just got fired as a head coach take a defensive coordinator job? Fair question. But let me give you a few reasons why Dallas could be attractive to McDermott. First, it's the Dallas Cowboys. This is America's team. The spotlight, the resources, the platform, it's unmatched. If McDermott wants to rebuild his reputation and prove he can still coach at an elite level, there's no better stage than Dallas. Second, the Cowboys have talent on defense. Micah Parsons is a generational player. Deron Bland just had a record-breaking season last year. Trayvon Diggs, when healthy, is lockdown. This isn't a rebuild situation. It's a maximize what we've got situation. And McDermott has shown he can do exactly that. Third, this could be a stepping stone back to a head coaching gig. History shows us that successful coordinators get head coaching opportunities fast. If McDermott comes to Dallas, turns this defense into a top 5 unit, and helps the Cowboys make a deep playoff run, he'll be back in the head coaching conversation by next offseason. And finally, Mike McCarthy's seat is getting warm in Dallas. We all know Jerry Jones has no problem making changes. If things don't go well next season, McDermott could potentially be in line to take over as head coach. That's not crazy speculation. That's just how the NFL works. Of course, McDermott isn't the only name on Dallas's radar. The Cowboys are already deep into their search with 3 candidates in round 2 interviews. First up is Daronte Jones, the Vikings pass game coordinator. Jones has ties to Mike Zimmer and has been around some solid defenses. He's young, he's hungry, and he's ready for his shot. Then there's Jonathan Gannon, the former Cardinals head coach. Gannon's got head coaching experience, though his time in Arizona was, let's just say, underwhelming. But before that, he was the Eagles' defensive coordinator and helped build a unit that went to the Super Bowl. And finally, Christian Parker from the Eagles. Parker's been instrumental in Philly's pass game improvements and could bring some fresh ideas to Dallas. All three of these guys are solid candidates. But do any of them have the resume and proven track record that McDermott brings? I'm not so sure. The Cowboys are being patient with this search, and that's smart. They're waiting for the right fit. And if McDermott becomes available and interested, you have to at least make the call, right? Even if it's just a conversation to gauge his interest, it would be negligent not to explore the possibility. So here's where we're at, Cowboys Nation. Sean McDermott just became available, and he's one of the most respected defensive minds in football. The Cowboys need a defensive coordinator who can take an already talented roster and turn it into a championship-caliber unit. Will McDermott be interested in a coordinator job? Maybe not right away. He'll probably get some head coaching interviews first, but if those don't pan out, Dallas should absolutely be on his radar. And from the Cowboys' perspective, Jerry Jones should absolutely pick up the phone. Even if it's a long shot, you explore every option when you're trying to build a Super Bowl contender. What do you think, Cowboys fans? Should Dallas go after Sean McDermott? Or should they stick with the candidates they're already interviewing? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button and subscribe for more Cowboys news and analysis. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. I'll catch you in the next one. Let's go, Cowboys!